back.
How
you doing?
Mike.
Pleasure. Nice to see you again.
Colin, Okay, how's everyone doing today?
Good.
Thank you for joining us here in New York. We'd like to get started here shortly, but before we begin, I just want to remind everyone that this is an arbitration, and you're all here to give your side of the story, and Michael and I are here to listen and decide what the outcome of this dispute is going to be. Not who's right, not who's wrong. We're not judges, but our decision is legally binding. Nobody wants this to go to court, I presume. And we will be making a decision shortly after this hearing, maybe 30 days after. And does everyone understand?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, Michael, can you start us off by swearing them in?
Absolutely. So, don't mind raising your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Let's get started now. Can everyone please say a few words about themselves as we go around the room? I'll start off. I'm a member of the Society of Maritime Arbitrators, as well as my colleague here, Mike. And how about you, Ian? We'll start off.
Thank you, Colin. I'm a lawyer from North of England NI Club, and I will be representing Mr. Brendan here from Buck Bulk Shipping in this arbitration.
Hi everyone, my name is Brendan Smith. I am from Buck Bulk Shipping, and I'm the Vice President of Chartering, and I'm on basically a basis of finding cargoes on a day-to-day basis and working with ship owners and charters.
My name is Victor Costello. I'm from Stanley Scott Phillips Law Firm, representing IBC Commodities in Boston.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm the head of logistics at IBC Commodities.
Excellent. Now here's how we're going to proceed. We will allow the parties a chance to engage in a voluntary conciliation, and we will assist where necessary. If you cannot come to an agreement, we will find a formal arbitration process. Each party will have an opportunity to perform a process of discovery, interviewing the other to determine the facts of the case. After this panel has heard the facts, we will make a binding decision and make an award soon after the arbitration is over. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Understood.
Great. The arbitration can now begin. The parties have the floor. The parties have the floor.
Great. Unless anyone minds, we'd like to begin. Miss Emily, my client has a very strong case here against you.
Please address me as my client from here on out.
Very well. Victor, my client has a very strong case here, and we do not believe taking this much further into the arbitration is in your best interest. We're only seeking a just and fair compensation for the valid charter that your client entered and failed to honor. As long as you can honor the fair damages of not less than $391,221.55, we can end this here and now.
We understand that your client feels that they were wronged, but my client canceled the charter party fairly. You did not carry any of the cargo, and your case really has no legs to stand on. We would, however, be willing to solve this dispute by providing you $50,000 in compensation for the unfinished charter party as an act of goodwill.
An act of goodwill, really?
My client finds this unacceptable, and if that is all you have to offer, then we are willing to take this to the formal arbitration process.
And that's what we're going to do.
Fine.
Okay, very well done. Since the parties cannot come to an agreement, the formal discovery process will begin. Emily, please wait outside for us during this portion of the process. Okay, Victor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Colin. Mr. Brandino, Buck Bulk Shipping entered into a charter party with IBC Commodities on 16 April of 2017 for the carriage of 25,000 tons of salt from Chile to Boston. Is that correct?
Yes.
On the same day, the Buck Bulk's vessel left the port of Anchorage, Alaska, and reported an ETA of 5 May 2017 to anchoring off the coast of Chile, correct?
Yes.
When did the vessel actually arrive?
On May 4th, May 5th, as it's reported.
Indeed you did. The MV Bellissima arrived on the time you ready to receive my client's cargo. Indeed you did. The MV Bellissima arrived on time, ready to receive my client's cargo. And it is true that there was no cargo to receive. The lay days extended to 15 May 2017, did they not?
They did.
Now, did your company not receive communication from my client on 13 May 2017 that there was an issue with our cargo, that it may not be ready?
That's not. That is correct.
I'm sorry, can you just repeat what you said?
Now, did your company not receive a communication from my client on 13 May 2017 that there was an issue with our cargo and that it may not be ready?
That's correct.
Then that is well within the lay days allowed, and my client had every right to cancel the contract. Furthermore, it is not true that Buck Bulk Carriers was in an advantageous position to fix a charter at a nearby port, not 3 days beyond the wait time.
That is true.
Well then, the way we see it, you did not offer us a service. You did not carry any of our cargo, and we gave you ample notice that our cargo would not be ready. Therefore, we were well within our rights to cancel the charter party. On top of that, you were able to fix a charter in the same region that the vessel traveled to. So my client essentially did you a favor.
A favor?
No further questions.
Thank you, Victor. We will now open the floor to Buck Bulk Carriers. Victor, would you mind grabbing your client from outside, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Victor.
All right, Victor, thank you. Buck Bulk Carriers, you guys have the floor.
Thank you, Michael. Miss Emily, do you agree that IBC Commodities entered into a charter party on the 16th of April 2017 for the carriage of 25,000 tons of salt from Puerto Patache, Chile to the Port of Boston?
That is correct.
And do you also agree that this charter party stipulated a lake hand of 5 days from the 5th of May to the 10th of May?
I don't seem to recall that being in the charter party.
That's just fine. I have the original document here. For your records.
Can I have that one too, please?
As you can see, the charter was allowed only 5 days between the May 5th and May 10th to cancel the charter party. Now, did IBC Commodities receive a notice of readiness from the Buck Bulk Carriers vessel MV Bellissima within that period of time?
We did.
And did IBC Commodities accept that notice of readiness?
We did.
So, IBC accepted the notice of readiness without ever actually having cargo ready for transport. If you ask me, that seems quite irresponsible and immoral. Miss Emily, did IBC send a communication by email to my client that they wish to cancel the charter party?
That is correct.
When was this email sent?
I can't say for sure.
That's all right. That's all right, because I have a copy of that email right here for your records.
Thank you.
As you can see, that email was sent on the 15th of May, well after the end of the allotted lake hand. Gentlemen, IBC Commodities violated the contract they entered, causing significant financial losses to my client. Furthermore, Buck Bulk Carriers did make efforts to mitigate their losses, fixing charter in the same region, as Victor said. However, this voyage still provided freight worth far less than the original charter. We've calculated that summing the anticipated result of the canceled voyage with the loss suffered on the substitute voyage yields entitles us to compensation not less than $247,027.11. This is what my client is owed. Now, Miss Emily, do you remember claiming force majeure for failure to stem cargo?
I don't recall.
That's all right, because I have records of that defense here. In your defense, you claimed force majeure in Patache, Chile, due to political unrest that prevented IBC Commodities from stemming the cargo. However, that defense does not stand because it was not one of the named perils in the official charter party.
Yes, I think I do recall now.
Well, you just said that you do not recall.
So Emily, will you be able to provide us with these documents he's talking about? Do you have these at your office, or do you have
Yes.
these here with you today?
We have these files electronically. We can gather them, produce them, and get them to you
How
out
long do you think it would take you to give us these?
within 7 days. Is that acceptable?
Does that,
To
does
all
that
As far
work?
as I'm concerned, that is your only defense. That's acceptable.
Alright, well, I think that we need to see these documents before we can continue on. So as long as you guys think that we can maybe either come up with something or we can meet another date.
Or we'll recess for now and meet again in 7 to 10 days.
That works
Do all
for me.
parties agree?
Yes.
Mr. Arbitrator?
If it works, well, that's fine with us. I think that's the best option for us right now, because I don't think we can really continue if you don't have these documents, if that's what you're claiming.
Yes, sir.
Very well, it's time to retire. Thank you all for coming today, and you'll receive communication from us. And I would hope to get those documents from you, and I would like you to send those to the other parties as well.
Sir. My team will be in touch. Thank you. Productive.
That's all.
Thank you.